Now let's look at the last example problem for this topic. It's called the local and table. So the problem description is we are given two integers n and k, and we are supposed to produce a table of n by n numbers, so n row, n column, and it have the property that the sum of all the rows equal k, and the sum of each of the rows equal k, and the sum of each of the column equal k. So let's first look at some samples. So if we have 2, 4, we have 1, 3, 3, 1. So each row sum up to 4, each column sum up to 4. So 2 by 2. And 4, 7, this gives the construction. So 4 by 4, and each row sum up to 7, each column also sum up to 7. So these kind of construction problems, there are usually many outputs that are correct. So any output will be accepted. So basically, they will read in this and they will just check. And so suggest you to think about this, how you would construct this generally. I think I find this is an interesting mathematical problem. Um, and it's I had fun thinking about it. Okay, so a lot of times for construction problem, the samples are not designed to be helpful. For example, this sample is almost like designed to confuse you. So it works, but it's not clear how they come up with things like this. So generally, you try to start with something very simple and see whether it works. If it doesn't, then see how you need to change it to make it work. So for example, here, if we have 2, 4, one way to do it is we simply have just 2 everywhere. So because 4 is a multiple 2, so we have 2, 2, 2, 2, and that will satisfy it. Now, if we have 4, 7, that doesn't quite work. But suppose we want to make the number almost the same as much as possible, then we would have, well, we can have, say, 2, 2, 2, 1 will add up to 7. Then we just need to make sure that that one value will appear so that it appears there's a 1, 1 on each row and each column. So one way to do it is something like this. So we have this one value that's different on the diagonal. All the other values are the same. So here is one way for if k is 15, n is 4. Is this correct? 9 plus, no, it should not be 7. It should be 6. So no, what am I talking about? Oh, yeah. Okay. So now how do we produce that? So basically we have two numbers in here. One is the number that is we used more often, so that'll be the 3. The other value is that will appear just once. So then we'll be printing this row by row. So in the first row, we have this special value appear first, followed by 3, followed by n minus 1, this second value, which is 3. And in the second row, we first print one of them, 1, 3, and then we print the 6, and then we print 2, 3. In the third row, we print 2, 3, 1, 6, 1, 3. So the last row we print 3, 3, and then 6. So because things are regular, though we can do that sort of straightforwardly using loop. So we need to do a double loop. So in each of the outer loop, we print one line, and in here, each line need to be printed in 3 steps. The first step is how many 3s need to come before the 6. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3. 3 need to come before the 6, and then we print the 6, and then we print how many 3 need to come after. So that will be 3, 2, 1, 0. So this is one version of the code. So I pick a value a to be k divided by n, take integer, and then the value b will be k minus a times n minus 1, because if we have n minus 1 a's, then we need this value in order to get to k. And so double loop, yeah. So this need to be nested loop, but inside the outer loop, we actually have two inner loops. So to print the ith row, we need to first print I number of value a's, and then followed by one value b's, followed by n minus I minus 1 value a's. So another thing that we need to do is to make sure that when we print, we don't end with a new line. So by default, if you print the number, they will switch a line. So that number will take one line. But that is a behavior that you can change by passing in an actual argument to print. So the argument name is called n. So this is a syntax of assigning a value to a specific argument. So here we tell the print function that for after you printed this, just add a white space. So instead of by default, it will be a new line. So so let's actually see how this code just was produced by this code. So yeah, let's make a number a little bit bigger. Suppose we have a 5 number. We want to sum up to 23. So this is what we get. So 7 4 4 4 4 4 7 4 4. Yeah, so the 4 part is the 23 integer division by 5. So one thing to note is that actually there are many ways to do it. So in fact, I don't need to calculate the a this way. I can choose a to be the, I guess, to me, kind of the easiest way, easiest number possible, which is a 0. So and then the b value will simply be n. So then our table will just contains mostly zeros and just the value n in the diagonal. So that this code does that. So maybe let me just show the. So for the same. Oh no. So actually this is wrong. So this should not be. This should not be n. This should be k. Yeah. So now it satisfies the condition. Actually change it. Okay.